Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing? Look, let me do some adjustments. You know how you guys, you know how I do it. Let's see. Have to do a little adjustment here. Want you guys to get things, see things how they are. Yes, I am working on some amazing things back behind me. But I wanted to first and foremost welcome everybody to another week of visioning what's next. But we're going to do as what we always do. We're going to sit down and we're going to have some girl talk. I think it's so important that we do have girl talk because we as women, we get so consumed with the day-to-day world hustle and bustle, we forget ourselves. And so we need to come in and regroup and start working on our what's next, whatever it may be. But before we go into that, let me first and foremost say my name is Pam, and I am your host of Visioning What's Next, the series of Girl Talk. When we sit down and we're going to start really getting very intimate, where we're going to start digging deep in what is really holding us back and why are we not going after our what's next. And there's a lot of internal things that we are facing that holds us back for going after what's next. And so then we get complacent. Then what happens? We get the woulda, coulda, shouldas, and then years later talking about, man, I just wish I could have done that back then. And so with that being said, Vision Made Corporation is on a mission to create a place where you can go after your what's next. And it's a safe place, knowing that we hold no judgment. And so today's show is all sponsored by Vision Made Vision Board Kit. The kit that has everything from A to Z, which meaning there is pens in there is colorful tapes, there are stickers, the board, the magazines. There is just so much more in there. And as well as you all know, I believe in the book on a shelf. And the box come with the book on a shelf. So if you're interested in getting a vision board, as you know, I truly believe in it, drop it in the feed and I will connect you with the link on how to order your vision board. Not only tonight's show is sponsored by Vision Made Vision Board. We also we have worked out where if you are interested in getting connected to your inner self, I have a free, yes, I say free gift for you. If you will text 614-653-7377 and then if you type Q&A, I will send you your free, actually you get a free yoga class that is held by our amazing Parm, who was here last week, and we talked about getting connected with our inner self. So if you're interested in gaining a free gift from us, just text 614-653-7377, and tonight's keyword is Q&A, and I will definitely send that out to you. So tonight, you guys, tonight's topic, I told you I was going to, actually, you've seen the topic was Girl Talk with the Vision Board. Yes, I brought my vision board, and it's important for us to talk about the vision board and why I'm bringing it to you. And it's going to consistently be here. I'm going to bring in a new one. I don't know if you guys can see it. Here's another one right here. Look, right here is another vision board. I told you guys I had them all over. There's one over on the other side of the room. I have them and I believe in them. But this is going to be the driver of our girl talk. And actually, we're going to start working on the power words, right? And it has unstoppable, disruptive, money, which we're doing. We'll talk a little bit more. Epic. I even have a shirt that says epic, party, and I'm a woman on a mission. So that is going to be what we're going to talk about. But I told you I've been asking you guys, what is a question that you would like to ask me? And I will answer it here online. So tonight I am going to answer the one question. There's one question that really stuck out to me, and I thought it was important to talk about is what to do when your vision gets murky. And so you guys need to grab your pen and paper. You need to grab look, I have my favorite evening beverage. Yes, I do. Vision Made has joined me. She is back with me. And you need to get your girlfriend and girlfriends, because we need to talk about it. Why isn't it even getting murky? First and foremost, let's talk about why is it getting murky and how did it get murky and what are we going to do to get past that? So, first off, why does our vision get murky? I always say it in the beginning. I had said it at the intro that we as women, we are all worried, or we're not worried, but we are working on today's day-to-day expectations, right? As well as the life hustle and bustle that you're always getting. You kind of know what you want. You feel it in the back of your head here, but it keeps being moving further and further back. And that's because of there's so much going on. Actually, I don't know if you guys caught a post this week. That was me. I was so consumed with one, the day-to-day hustle and bustle, two, the society's norms, as well as three, I was just so worried about everybody else that I didn't even get to. And I know what I needed to do. My to-do list had piled up that I just lost focus. And it's all in it, and that is a natural behavior. But ladies, I need us to start becoming selfish to us. And how many of you can say you're selfish for yourself? Yes, last on Monday, I did sit and I was making sure I did sit in front of my house and it was peaceful. And I heard no noise. It was pure silence. I didn't even hear the birds chirping. And it was a beautiful day last week. But I needed to do that because I noticed that I was losing focus of me and I was worried about everybody else. We all do it, right? And so that's how it gets murky. It gets murky because we are worried of everybody else. And how does it? Because when we are not there is no, I have to say, we haven't set boundaries. Boundaries is a hard word. Boundaries means that, people can't step inside of the box. They have to stand outside the box. And I literally have started to create the box. And the box means that if I set a time that you can't call me, I'm not answering the phone. If if you text me and it is not time for me to accept that text, I'm not doing it. It's all about creating boundaries. That's how come our vision gets murky because we don't set boundaries. We're not setting, as well as we're not setting expectations for others. Now we have expectations for ourselves, we don't have expectations for others. And so we're not setting those expectations for others. So we're allowing everything to come in. So we now have to create the expectation for others. May it be that you only talk to your friends and family at this time, or may you even only talk to your friends on certain days. Or may it be that, at this time, there's no one, there's nothing to do. Now, let me tell you what I've done. I've actually created boundaries. And so, one, I do not even take any incoming calls from anybody from now on until after 6 o'clock. That gives me time to do one, to wind down from my first job, two, to know what is expected of me for the rest of the evening, and three, it allows me to now know what I've got, what is ahead of me, and how much time I can give to someone. Because when you give that energy to someone, you're now taking away from you, which again now has caused your vision to be murky. Because you know how we always do, we always set our goals. We set our goals, small goals, that now I've charged you where you're doing your small goals every day, right? Every day you're working on your goals. So that means that you have lost. Oh, thank you. Means that you have to work on your goals on later on in the day. And so that means that you kind of remove those obstacles and now have created a boundary. How else does our version get murky? Well, then there is also the mental blocks, right? We have, right, the mental stumbling blocks. So many times we're faced with, do I serve this person, or do I serve this person, and this is me, serve this person as well as try to get everything done? And then I get frustrated, I get agitated, I get where I don't want to talk. And so now I've had to stop that. And so now, again, it's all about, and the reason why I did it, and this is a mental stumbling block, is because I feel that I don't want to let anyone down. But now I'm pleasing everybody, but I've let myself down. And I'm lost the sight of my vision. And that no more can happen. So with that being said, now I've created boundaries that if I am even faced with that feeling of guilt, if I'm faced with I can serve, if I don't serve them, I feel less than. How many of you even can say that you some days feel less than because you have let everyone down, you let someone down? Is that you? The only way that we can make that stumbling block be less than is creating boundaries, getting connected with your inner self, knowing that if they cannot sustain to that, it's okay. Because remember, at the end of the day, it's all about you and your goals and what you want to, and working on your what's next. And that's all that matters. And then how do we get there? Again, it's all about being complacent, satisfying everybody else. And we do it. That's, we as women, we do it. We're worried about satisfying everybody else and thinking about, okay, if I satisfy them, I don't know if you're not that person, but this is me. I feel like if I make that person happy, they'll turn around and make me happy. And sometimes that doesn't happen. And then you beat yourself up. I mean, I really have sat down and I really thought about, this was a great question because it made me think about me. And so that's why I brought this to the table on what do we do when we get that murky feel, or when we get our vision gets murky. But I had to first find out, why is it murky? How did it even get there? And you have to be truthful. Remember, we talked about this last week. We're going to start being truthful and honest. May it hurt, may be painful, but knowing that on the other side, once we faced it, we're there. We're almost there. We can now face it, and we can and make some adjustments. And so these are some powerful words: adjustments. Adjustment is huge because adjustment comes with change. And change is hard. It's so hard that sometimes you're debating inside yourself. It's an internal struggle, right? Because if you make a change, you're struggling with, well, if I change, who is this going to affect? And when you make that effect, what's the impact? So we always have to think about it. So I want you to understand that when we make the change, it hurts. It hurts, but remember, it's hurting you because you need to make the change in order to get to your what's next. And we all are facing that murkiness around us. But it all depends on, how do you handle it? Are you creating boundaries? Are you setting your goals? Or better yet, as I'm having look, this is my new partner. This is my new co-host right here, Vision Board. Vision Board is now going to be my partner, because now I want you guys to remember, Vision Board is the driver of your what's next. And if you're like, no, it's not, then you're not using your Vision Board to your full capacity. I know it's missing some words and spaces, but I needed to put these words in to make me motivate myself, so I know what I have to do every day. And speaking that, did you guys see that I had posted this morning on Two Broke Girls? They even talked about the Vision Board. And she talked about how it is all about putting all the words on here, but then her roommate was like, well, it doesn't work, it's just words. And she says, no, you have to believe in what you put on here, and you have to work on it every day. That's why I'm saying to you guys, work on your goals every day, at least 5 minutes a day, you guys. So now you will start seeing, look, I'm trying to do a new vision board. Actually, I'm going to sit down one day and we're going to just go through on the process of doing a vision board. And I'm going to just talk a little bit about, how did I come about it, and do they really work? I'm gonna have to say it. They do work for me. And each guest that you have seen lately, I hope you've seen that they have said that their vision boards are working for them. Actually, even Parm says she has one that she looks at her vision board. She works on her goals every day. And she got has it down to where she's working on it every day, every hour, and down to the minute. And actually, that's what I do. I have to. I have to get focused. And so the only way I can get focused, and so to get focused, I have to work on the inner self. So that's why I want you to start getting connected to your inner self and start being honest. And if you want to put it in the chat how you feel, that's okay. Because guess what? We're in a safe place where we hold no judgment. And knowing that you can go after your what's next no matter what. If you need help on getting to your what's next, drop it in the feed and I will help. I will listen to you. If I can't help you, I definitely have a tribe of women that is behind me that can help you. Okay. So do not sit to next month when you can just sit now. Type it in the feed. I need help and I'm here to help you. So we have unpacked it a lot. I know a lot. In this first half of the show. But if this was all, and if you're just now catching it, this was all about someone had asked me, what do I do? Or what do we do when our vision gets murky? Well, before I could even answer what do we do, we have to first find out why. Why is our vision so murky? And then how? How did it get so murky? And we have to be honest. Remember, we talked about this last week. We're going to start being honest with ourselves. We're going to start being truthful with ourselves on how to reach our what's next. And that's the only way you can do it. I know. I used to be that person. So I hope these tips has helped you to get you past when your vision becomes murky, the ways that you can pass that murkiness but the first and foremost, let's work on some inner self. So right here, real quick, if you're looking for a way to work on your inner self, maybe I love yoga. Parm, who was my guest last week, is offering a free yoga session. If you're interested in gaining access to that free yoga, text at 614-653-7377, and in your keyword is going to be Q&A, and I will send you the link on how you can gain free access to a yoga. I believe yoga is another way to help calm the murkiness that will cloud your vision. As well as today's show is also sponsored by Vision Made Vision Board. Now, everybody's always like, oh my goodness, I need to do a vision board. If you haven't done one, this is the time to do it. This is just one of my vision boards. I have another one. She's right there. Look, let me move over here. She's right there. I have two more on this side of the room, and I have two on my phone. So if you're looking for a way to get a vision board done, I will put the link in the feed on how you can connect to getting your vision made vision board, how it's so important. So thank you all for joining me. And then now the other half of the show. Someone had as I was asking my guests, someone sent me questions. Thank you, Christine in Iowa, had asked me, well, Pam, you're always asking everybody the questions. So now I want to flip it to you. And I'm like, okay. And which I thought I did answer you, but I was totally fine with it. So she talked about what is my book on the shelf. And so actually, you guys, I am actually reading. Let me see what I'm reading right now. I have so many books. I literally have 60 books. Actually, I'm reading You're a Badass Making Money. And that's what I'm reading. And it's teaching me how to make money, but also not only how to make money, it talks about the mindset. And it is a very good book. And actually, I had received the book a while back from my amazing coach. And so I thought, okay, let me bring this back out and let me get myself focus, and as now I've set the boundaries, and now I'm very clear on where I'm going to, let me work on that. So that is the book that I'm reading. I would love for you all to drop it in the feed on telling me what book you're reading this week. I would love to hear about it. And then she did ask me, well, Pam, you're always talking about, well, what's your win for this week? Well, my win for this week is I've actually have two more collaborations that is so amazing. I can't wait to show you guys. But I'm gaining collaborations that people are wanting to do more with the vision made vision board kit. So I'm excited about that. So you'll get to see more of that. That is what I'm working on. I want to get the kit out to as many people as I can. I want you to know while we're sitting here right now talking about the Vision Made Vision Board, to let you know it's just not for the kit. It's just not for one time. Actually, the kit is for 90 days. For 90 days, you work on 3 goals for each month, and then there is videos that goes with you to help you move through your vision board. So if you're interested in getting your Vision Made Vision Board kit, will help you reach your goal for this month. I will definitely be, hey, Miss Tekka, thank you for joining. I will put it in the feed on how you can gain access to Vision Made Vision Board. It is a 3-month, love it, 3-month kit, and it has everything in there that you need. So don't forget about that. And then lastly, my win, was the collaboration. And then she did ask me, what do you do for self-care? And she always said she always hear everybody else. So my self-care, what I love to do, actually I did it Monday, where I just sat and just got in tune with Pam and I'm starting to love on Pam. I'm not no more worried about or looking for somebody else to love on me first. I need to love on me before I go any further. And so I've started to love on me more by I sat outside and in the car, yes, in front of my house, no car, no music, just literally sitting. And it must have been meant for me because I heard nothing, no birds, no dogs, no people walking in front of my car and walking behind my car. So it was so meant to be. So I'm starting to love on me. So that's my self-care. And so I'm spending time with myself more and more, and I'm not looking for someone else to do things for me. First, I need to before I can even allow someone in to do things for me, I need to do things for myself. The expectations has to be set. So, and I want y'all to know it's nothing wrong with that, right? We need to do that. We need to stop clouding our vision on expecting someone else to do something for us when first we need to do things for ourselves. And I was doing that. So I admit to that. And so now I'm working on doing some self-care for me. Like I said, I sat in front of the house. So nice. Then the second thing I started doing is actually I love just to go driving around and looking at different sceneries and people's different communities here in the area. And it relaxes me. It allows me to get centered and in tuned with myself. So I've started doing that as well. So that's one thing I love to do. Again, I would love to hear, what do you guys do for self-care? And those of you I know some of you are just now listening I know there's some ways you're just not able to see, so you can't type it in. But if you text me at 614-653-7377, and then in the subject line, put Q&A and just tell me, what do you do for self-care? I would love to hear it. Love to hear it. As well as tell me what your win is for this week. I'm all about celebrating. You know, I love to hear your win for the week. And I see you guys out there listening and following me. So drop it in the feed. What's your win for the week? And if you're just now tuning into the replay, or you're listening as you're driving around, then text me what your win for the week as well as your self-care. You can text it at 614-653-7377. I'm super excited, and I'll even send you guys a free gift. Yes, I will. So you guys, you know what? this was so nice. I got to spend time with you guys, got to talk about the vision board, because guess what? She'll be here with me. She is now my partner in crime. And real quick, everyone's like, well, what is going on with your vision board? So my vision board here is all about the things that actually that I wanted to do. And it was just something I wanted to do. These were just like thoughts, but they came true. I'm doing this, right? I'm as well as I'm on a mission, because my mission is to empower women around the world. Actually, do you know how many women I want to impact? I want to impact over a million women around the world, to let them know they can go after their what's next and moving that needle to the what's next by creating a vision made vision board, so we can create that roadmap. And understand, when we create that roadmap, you're going to face on the way some mental stumbling blocks, as we talked about the murkiness of that we face when we're working on our vision. So you guys, I want to thank you again for joining me. I hope these tips has helped you on how you can handle, or what you can do when when your vision becomes murky. But again, as I said before, we can even talk about what we can do, we first have to understand, how did we even get here, or why is our vision murky? And we talked about that earlier. So if you missed it, catch it in the replay. And also, if you're wanting to ask me more questions, I think it's fun. Oh my goodness, guys, I think I have over 20 or 30. I have a lot of questions that's being asked. So I definitely will start answering those questions on a month-to-month basis. You guys know I come and spend time with you, and we talk about how we're going to get our vision boards moving, and how we're getting to our what's next, and moving that needle to the what's next. And as it moves to the other side of our as we're moving to the other side of reaching our what's next, of course, we're going to come upon those mental stumbling blocks, and we're going to talk about those, because I feel that we need to become more intimate, and we need to be truthful. We all face them. It's just, how do we handle it? And no one is perfect, and we're not judging anybody. And so, knowing all of that, there is no reason why we cannot go after our what's next. And as with the vision board, it creates a guide on how you're going to get there. So, knowing all of that, you guys, there's no reason that you cannot go after your what's next. So I want to appreciate you all for coming in. Look, I was on time, you guys. I had my hair, makeup together, vision made. She came in. If you're interested in purchasing a vision made water bottle, she keeps things cold as well as she keeps things hot. Drop it in. I'll drop the link in on how you can gain access to one of her, as well as the vision made vision board box, where it has everything in there. And we'll talk about that even more. But this is the end product of the vision made vision board here. And as I said, she will now become, looks, I'll have to fix her up a little bit. But now she is my co-host, and then we'll bring in more guests to talk about the vision boards as well. So until next week, when I have amazing guests coming on, I'm excited. Until next week, you guys, take care of yourself, and know this, that you only have one life to live, and you need to live it to your fullest and to the best. And if there's anything that you want to do, you can go after it, no matter what. What's next is right around the corner. All it takes is a few little bit of with a few little road maps going on. Understand, though, you will hit a bump in the road, like we all do. We see the mental stumbling blocks, we face them. It's just all about, how do we get through it, how we go over it, not around it. Because if you go around it, you're just going to push yourself back to where you are. So knowing that you need to live your life for today, and knowing that you only have one life to live, go after your what's next, and allow your vision to be made. See you guys next week. Take care. And oh yeah, by the way, if there's any questions you want to ask me, drop it in the feed, and I definitely will get to them. Take care, you guys. Bye.